பெரியவா சரணம். இன்றைக்கி நம்ம ஒரு ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டண்ட் டிவோட்டியோட ஆற்றுக்கு வந்திருக்கோம் பெங்களூரில். ஜெயஸ்ரீ கோமாதா அப்படின்னு இந்த டிவோட்டி பற்றி தான் இன்றைக்கி நம்ம இவளோட எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸை தான் நம்ம கேட்க போகிறோம். இவள் வந்து ஒரு ஆர்டிஸ்ட். ஆக்சுவலி நம்ம மடத்தில் வந்து உள்ள நுழையடிச்சே நம்ம ஒரு சந்திரமௌலீஸ்வரர் பூஜையோட ஒரு ட்ராயிங்கை பார்க்குறோம் இல்லையா, மிகப்பெரிய ட்ராயிங் ஒன்று வச்சுருக்கா இல்லையா மடத்தில். அது வந்து பண்ணது வந்து இந்த மாமி ஜெயஸ்ரீ கோமாதா. அவள் இப்போ இல்லை உலகத்தில். அவளை பற்றி தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறது தான் இன்றைக்கி. எப்படி அவளோட 3 ஜென்ரேஷன்னாக அவளுக்கு பெரியவா தொடர்பு இருக்குது மடத்தோட, அதை பற்றி தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறது தான் இன்றைக்கி நம்ம வந்திருக்கோம். இதெல்லாம் அவள் எங்கேயுமே ப்ரொஃபஷ்னல் ட்ரைனிங் இல்லாத தானே கற்றுண்டு பண்ணியிருக்கா. இவள் நிறையா மகாபெரிவா இதையும் வரைஞ்சிருக்கா, பாலபெரிவாதும் வரைஞ்சிருக்கா, மடத்தில் சந்திரமௌலீஸ்வரர் பூஜையும் அவள் வரைஞ்சிருக்கா. அந்த ஒரு எபிசோடை பற்றியும் சொல்ல போகிறா இன்றைக்கி. 2016 இந்த இந்த பெயிண்டிங்கை வந்து அவள் மடத்தில் ஸ்தாபனம் பண்ணி அதுக்கு கீழே கல்வெட்டு ஒன்று வச்சுருக்கா. பாலபெரிவா வந்து அதுக்கு இனாக்ரேஷன் பண்ணி அவளுக்கு இதை வரைகிறதுக்கும் இந்த மாமிக்கு பாலபெரிவா நிறைய கைடன்ஸ் கொடுத்து அதெல்லாம் சொல்ல போகிறா இன்றைக்கி. இந்த மாமி நம்மளோட இன்றைக்கி உலகத்தில் இல்லை, பட் எப்படி வந்தது அதெல்லாம் எப்படிலாம் சொல்ல போகிறா. இந்த பெயிண்டிங்கை எல்லாரும் மடத்துக்குள்ளே வந்திருக்கிறா, எல்லாருமே இதை பார்த்துருப்பா. இதை மிஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பே இல்லை. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.
We met during the Adayapalam Kumbhavishekam, Appaya Kshetra's Temple's Kumbhavishekam. Krishnamurti Guruvayurappan Mama from US introduced me to you. When he told me your name, that is the only time I have heard this name before. A very, very unique name, I should say, Gomatha Krishnan. So, of course, you are going to also narrate how that name was given to you by Mahaperiwa after your birth. So, you have 3 generations of connection with Mahaperiwa. I should say Kamakoti Pitam. And all 3 Perivas, like your 3 generations, all 3 Perivas are also connected to your family. We are going to slowly look at each incident one by one. And as a tribute to your wife, who is not with us today, we are also going to cover that incident, how she drew that great Kamakoti Vaibhavam. What does she call that?
Kamakoti Vaibhavam.
Kamakoti Vaibhavam. That picture, how 3 Perivas are performing the Chandramaulishwara Puja. The uniqueness about that is that there is only 2 pictures of the Chandramaulishwara Puja till now. Nobody else has a picture of that. One is the very old black and white picture of Periva doing the puja. Should be at least 100 years back now, or at least 80-85 years. And this picture which your wife has drawn. So we'll come to that. So kindly start your experience from your grandfather as to how the relationship started with the Kamakoti Pitam.
Namaskaram, sir. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Apara Karuna Sindham Jnanadam Shantarupinam Sri Chandrasekhar Gurum Pranamami Mudanaham. So, thanks for this opportunity. In fact, it is Balaperiva who is guiding me to speak. It was way back in 1950 or 1940s. Very honestly, I cannot recollect the time. That is when Mahaswami was in Tirupati, and Mahaswami came along with his entire entourage, and he wanted to stay in my grandfather's house. It appears that is my mother's father's house, and that is where Mahaswami performed Chandramaulishwara Tripura Sundari Puja in their house in New Street, Kottavidi, Tirupati.
Oh, okay.
So that was for a couple of days.
Okay.
So
So that means definitely your family should have known Periva before also.
At least for 3-4 generations, that is what we are aware of.
Oh, okay.
And before that, we are not sure about it.
Okay.
And on the last day, when the puja got over, and it appears that my family members thought, okay, the entire troop is leaving. And then Mahaswami called Krishnaya and he said, ఇంకొక రోజు నేను స్టే చేయనా, ఇంకొక రోజు మీ ఇంట్లో పూజ చేయనా. So that is what it appears that he has informed to my grandfather. Then my grandfather felt as if he has done some mistake. Why is Mahaswami asking his permission for him to stay in their house? Then my grandfather said, స్వామి ఇది మీ ఇల్లు, ఇది మీ ఇచ్చిన ఆస్తి, సో మీరు లక్ష్యంగా ఉండొచ్చు, అంతకన్నా మాకు భాగ్యము సౌభాగ్యం ఏమున్నది అని. దెన్ he slapped something like క్షమాపణ from his end as if he has done some mistake. And then he continued for one more day. So that is what we were given to understand. That is what that has the incident has
So
happened.
Periva extended his stay by one day on his own.
And the entire troop of horses, camels, elephants, everything used to come. And the entire puja has happened in their house directly. Chandramaulishwara Tripura Sundari Sameta Chandramaulishwara puja has happened in their house way back in 1940s. So then after that, my father got attached. So after he got married, he got attached to my father-in-law's, his father-in-law's, right, association to the mud. And he continued that association, and that's how fortunately we got the privilege and blessing to continue the mud from their days onwards.
Amazing.
So that is what it is. And there were many incidents we came to know about my grandfather's association during that period of time. So in fact, one of the incidents was grandfather, wherever he used to go, my grandfather, he used to take both of his son-in-laws, it appears, and along some of the other family members in that street called as New Street, Kottavidi, Tirupati.
Okay.
And wherever Paramacharya used to stay.
Okay.
And one of the relatives, it appears that they wanted to start the business. And Mahaswami said not to start the business.
Okay.
For whatever reason it was.
Okay.
And basically they went to take his permission, blessing to start the business. And Mahaswami said, no, please don't start, you just continue what you are doing.
Okay.
Then the other gentleman who came along with my grandfather thought, okay, Swami is not aware, he is not a technocrat. What I am doing is more from the science and technology point of view, and I want to start, I want to go on my own. And that's how he continued. And within no time, whatever he has invested and whatever the time and effort he has invested, not only from monetary point of view, everything point of view, went for a toss. And then he went and prostrated in front of Mahaswami, this has happened, and he said, this is the karma. Unfortunately, you have started it, that's fine, you just continue with this. And now, after that incident, that relative is now is a staunch disciple of a Kanchimat and is an ardent devotee. And after that, he has started achieving multiple other things.
Oh, okay.
So this incident I'm talking about way back in 1940s or 1950s.
Okay.
So that's how the association of my grandfather has started. If I had to really make a recap, they come from a family called as Pasuparthi. Pasuparthi is their name, their last name. And we belong to Nimagata family.
Okay.
And that is where my father's lineage was, Nimagata. And we belong to a small town called as Karnool. That's how we were brought up.
Okay.
And my grandfather, they belong to Tirupati.
Okay.
And my father belongs to Purdutur, and we were brought up from Karnool.
Okay.
And Karnool is...
Place where Balapariya took sannyasa.
Yeah, Balaperiayava. And that is the location where Balaperiayava, Puduperiayava, Mahaperiayava did the first Chaturmasam, all three
together, correct.
Together. And that was way back in 1983.
83, correct, yes.
So, if we are really talk about incidents and experiences, there are multiple at different intervals of time. And I can just go on and on. From grandfather's point of view, that is how it was. And again, coming back to my father's point of view, maybe I can talk about the time when I was born. It appears that my father took me to Tenali. That is, Tenali is where I was born.
Okay.
And Mahaswami was doing Go Puja. It was early morning around 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Then my father said, this is a boy and we wanted to name him, and the name has to come from you. Then Mahaswami after a few minutes said Gomatha, and then my father returned back to the house, and it appears that he has informed my mother, and the name has been christened as Gomatha.
Oh,
Then my mother said it appears that there was a mistake. Maybe Mahaswami would have thought this is a feminine because Gomatha is a feminine gender. You please go back and consult Swami again, saying that okay, this is a boy which is born, not the girl.
okay.
Then again, my father appears that he went to Mahaswami and he said, you have given the name as Gomatha, but this is a boy but not a girl. Then Mahaswami said, I am aware, Naku Telusu, and he closed the conversation.
Okay.
And he did not give further option or further time for my father to discuss. He
Okay.
said, Naku Telusu, and that's how. That's it. After that, he closed the door and people have
That's
walked out.
it.
So after few years, I believe, so maybe after 3-4 years or something, uh, I'm not sure the location where Thenambakam or somewhere where Mahaswami was camping,
Okay, it was in Tamil Nadu then.
Tamil Nadu
Okay.
then.
Huh.
So that is when my father and mother went and had the normal regular darshan. They used to go and they had the darshan. And then it appears that Mahaswami told my mother, Ni sandehamu teerinda. So she could not
Oh, okay.
understand.
He asked.
Yeah.
Okay, referring
So
the
she
name.
could not understand what is a sandeham and she could not even recap what the conversation was. Ni sandeham thirinda is what exactly statement it appears that Mahaswami was inquiring about this to my mother, especially to my mother, pointing to me about this to my mother.
Pah.
And my mother said she put a blank face and she could not even mutter what she was talking about. Then immediately he looked at my father. He said, the time when the boy was born, there is some issue with respect to uh, some gohatya, something of that sort. Okay.
Okay.
So the how it has to be come down is you have to really give a godanam because that is the emergency time. 1970, 1971.
Oh, okay,
So
okay,
if I
okay.
ask you to give, you are even suffering to have food, even you are suffering to have even a day meal. If I ask you to donate a cow, I'm sure it is not going to materialize, right? It doesn't make any sense. So at least if you narrate the name of Gomatha, Gomatha, Gomatha on a daily basis, the effect of it will get nullified. That's the reason I mentioned as Gomatha.
Pah. Gobrabneveha shubhamastu nityam loka samastaha sukhino
Sukhino
bhavantu.
Bhavantu. So that is then immediately my father and mother said this is a major mistake that we had done. We are not even aware about the significance. We thought okay, it is a girl that being because it's a feminine name, and that is what we thought. Then immediately they prostrated and they went back.
Oh, match to his insights.
Yeah. So then after that, they have shown to the astrologers or whatever it is, and even they said that the time when I was born, that was the issue. Okay, whatever relating to that Gohatya.
They confirmed,
whatever it
they
is,
confirmed.
They confirmed it. They reconfirmed it, saying that okay, that is something to do with some Gohatya, whatever it is. So that's how the name has been given, and the same tradition we continued, and we wanted my kids also to be named, and my son's name has been christened by Puduperiva as a Jayachandra, and my daughter's name has been christened again by Puduperiva as a Sri Kamakshi.
Oh,
So the incidents continued, and whatever we are planning to do in the house, whatever event it is we call this as not even a right or something. It is a must activity that we have to go and inform him. Then after that, we leave the result of it, and that is how the tradition used to be continued from my father's day onwards. Whether it is Akshabhyasam of the kids or Annaparasana of the kids. So wherever the location is, whether it is in Tirupati where Swamijis were camping, or whether it's in Vorikai or Kanchipuram or in Chennai, wherever the location it is. So it has become a habit for us to just go and inform him, and that's how my mother and father used to tell. This is Asti that they have given to us,
Yes.
and we want to continue that Asti, and it's really a blessing and privilege for us to really get associated and have his blessings day in day out.
Stirasti. This is the
Stirasti.
only Stirasti.
Sirasi. So that is how the tradition has been continued at least for the last few years.
What's your father's name?
My father's name is Nimagata Subramanya Sharma,
Ah,
and my mother's name is Nimagata Susilamma,
okay.
and my grandfather's name is mother's father's name is Pasupati Krishnaya,
Ah,
and my grandmother's name is Pasupati Kuppamma.
okay.
And as I said, they belong to Tirupati, and my father, because of the job, he used to travel here and there.
Okay.
So that's in brief. Again, I can talk about the time. Then at that point of time, my fathers, they were in Chennai, and my father was working in General Hospital in Chennai.
Okay.
And during the Andhra state formation, he has been transferred to Vizag.
Okay.
With great difficulty, he could move to Vizag because he was so associated with Chennai and he wanted to prefer in Chennai itself. But he continued. He moved to Vizag. He has been transferred to Vizag. Then from Vizag, he has been transferred to Machilipatnam and Tenali and other locations. And he has been transferred to Kurnool. Kurnool is, at that point of time, it's in Rayalaseema, and it's one of the remote areas. And he was not at all interested to travel to Kurnool.
Okay.
But again, with great difficulty, since it's a government order, he has
No
moved to
choice.
Kurnool. There's no other choice. And family, that is my mother and the kids, used to be in Vizag and other Tenali and other locations. And my sister used to be around 10 years old, and brothers used to be 8 years, 7 years, and I used to be 1 year or something. And they are not at all interested to come to Kurnool. And even my father was not interested to come to Kurnool. And the incident has happened, and he used to shuffle for almost like 4 or 5 years from Kurnool to Vizag, Kurnool to Tenali, Kurnool to other locations. And one fine morning, and he has made it a point, say that okay, this is not feasible for long term. Then the family also come back. Then the family came back to Kurnool, and finally they rented out one apartment in the Kurnool location itself.
Okay.
So what happened was the very first day, my mother, the house that they have rented out was so horrible. It was just having lots of weeds and pebbles and everything, and it is not a location where anyone can stay.
Okay.
Right. So that used to be the location at that point of time. Then my mother started. It's around 4 o'clock or 4:30 in the morning. My mother was cleaning the house, sweeping the house, and there was small paper outside, and she in fact looked at the paper and turned it around, and that's where she could see the picture of the holiness.
Oh, okay. This picture, okay.
This picture.
Okay. Wow.
Till this day, it is there. Immediately my father thought, this is a blessing that we have got from holiness, and we have to continue no matter what, whether it's Kurnool is a small town or a city or whatever it is, we have to continue in Kurnool. And that's how they continued in Kurnool for the rest of their life. It was almost like 50 years or so.
Oh, it's like direct confirmation.
Direct confirm from and there was no other aspect for us to get this kind of a picture in the vicinity, because Perivar, Balperivar, Pudu Perivar, no one has visited that location at that point of time.
And Balaperivar not even come to Peetam that time.
Not even come to Peetam at that point of time. And Perivar has, and there was no one who has stayed in their house for the previous 10-15 years. It was that kind of a situation. Okay, it's not that someone would have praised it or something. There's no
So
one.
that photo has been lying there for a long time then.
Long time. We do not know how long it was, and we do not know. In fact, it was there in front of the house, and immediately my father took 3 or 4 copies of the lamination, because he doesn't want to miss this photo at any cost. And till this day, he used to keep it in one of his religious books.
Okay.
And after this incident has happened, again, Mahaswami was in some location and camping there. And again, my mother and father, it appears that they went and sought his blessing that they are going to stay in Kurnool. Then Mahaswami said, I have already given the blessing long time back.
Oh, wow.
Right? So my blessing is already been given. You better continue to stay in Kurnool. And that is a history now.
Mark Telsu, that's it.
Yes, that's the history after that. So that is how the tradition of the fathers continue. And so from the father's point of view,
what is this period what you are narrating now? Which year would
this I'm talking about way back in 1970-71.
Okay.
1970-71. Okay. So I can talk about one of the incidents in 1994-95. We were not having television in the house.
Okay.
At that point after 94 or 95. My father woke up around 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and he said he got a bad dream.
Okay.
And he was telling my mother, Mahaswami appeared in my dream and he said, Nenu potunnanu.
Oh my God. Okay.
Then immediately my mother said, he is a god, where does he go? So you got a bad dream, just go to washroom and just come back and wash your legs and just sleep well. Nothing is going to happen. So he's a god. He's a omnipresent. He's nothing. He's Kamakshi. He's nothing but Kamakshi.
Correct.
What
How
is
can
going
he
to happen
go?
for him? So maybe you would have got a dream. You were thinking about him. You just got a dream. That's it.
Okay.
And then after that, it appears that he slept, but he did not get a sound sleep. He was only thinking about it. What is this meaning? Nenu potunanu, nenu potunanu, nenu potunanu. Somehow, then after that, he had his prayer, he had his Sandhya Vandanam, and he went to his the regular hospital. And he came back around 2:30. But something or other, he's pestering him. What is this? What is this? What is this? Then he came back, and 5 o'clock, he 5 o'clock or 5:30, he went to his clinic. And normally he used to listen to the various news channels, these radio channels, and about the radio news and everything. And he thought, oh, nothing has happened. I was expecting something, but fortunately nothing has happened. Very good. So
Okay.
it might be a bad dream. Then after that, he left around 5 or 5:36. Then it was around 7 or 7:30. My elder brother, it appears that he rushed to the clinic where he was there. And he said, Nana, whatever you said, it has come true.
Oh, God.
So we heard today that Mahaswami attained
Siddhi.
Siddhi.
Those days news used to reach so late.
Yeah. So in the Doordarshan we got it, and just now I came to know about it, and that is how the association of him was, and he used to talk to him one-on-one on a direct singular basis. And this has happened, I think, in 94 or 95, the same day.
Yeah,
when
January 8th,
Mahaswami-
2000.
January
Sorry,
8th.
January 8th, 1994.
The same day when Mahaswami.
2:38 is when Mahaswami attained Siddhi, and the watch which used to use stopped at 2:38. You can see that watch is still kept in Adhishtanam.
in Adhishtanam.
Behind that wax statue, the time shows us 2:38. So the same time, I think he has come and told your dad also that Nenu Potunanu.
So that's he did not say anything less or more. He just said Nenu Potunanu in Telugu. Then after that he left his coin. So till this day we used to think, and after that immediately around 9 o'clock or 9:30, me and my second brother, normally we were speaking to my parents, and immediately on that day my mother was telling, this is a dream that your father got in the morning, which I said, you just rub it aside, and this is what it means. And we could not even talk anything, and we really got perplexed. And I can just go on and on. And there was a very recent incident, or not, I do not want to call this a recent incident. One of the incident was the Kanakabhishekam of His Holiness.
83.
And yeah.
Sorry, 93. 1993.
Yeah. So Kanakabhishekam of His Holiness, and everyone used to give something, and it has come in newspapers, especially the Hindu, that people are contributing, and Matam was requesting whether whoever wants to contribute to this holy cause, and they want to utilize the entire dravyam for Kamakshi Amman's Gopuram. And my mother also wanted to contribute something or other. 3-4 times they reserved to go to Kanjipuram through different channels, through bus and train or something. Whatever reason it is, whenever they wanted to do it, it used to get cancelled. So either bus reservation was not available, or the ticket was not confirmed, or she became ill, she got fever, or whatever it is. Whatever the situation was, 3-4 times it got cancelled. And she felt very bad that she could not go and contribute to the best possible. She felt that, okay, quite a lot of other people are doing it, why can't we give something? So why is it Mahaswami and Bala Periva, Pudu Periva especially, was not interested to collect our belongings? What is it that we have done the mistake? That's how it has happened. So that was sometime in June, July or August time frame. Not able to recollect. And sometime in November or December, Pudu Periva was on the way from South India to I think Hyderabad or to North.
Okay.
And on the way he had a stopover in Karnal. Then he has come to the house, Pudu Periva,
On his own.
on his own.
Oh.
And of course he has informed Paricharakas that he is coming here. And he visited the house, and he said, you wanted to give something to Mahaswami. Mahaswami sent me to collect whatever you want to give.
Oh my God.
And it was very less contribution. It's not that the contribution was very high or something. It was very, very, very minimal contribution. And immediately my mother, whatever she wanted to give, they could not tell anything, and immediately it has been given to them.
Amazing.
This was, I think, not able to recollect the time, and we have not informed Mahaswami, we have not informed Kanchimat, we have not informed anyone that was there in their heart that they want to contribute.
నేను తెలుసు, that's it.
And Podupura said, Mahaswami directed me to come and collect it, whatever you want to give. And immediately he has collected it, and he just stayed for maybe 2-3 minutes, and that's how it was. So
Just to accept the collection, he came.
he has come.
Pah.
And so we are really privileged that Puduperva has come couple of times to my parents' house in Karnool, and Balaperva has come 1 or 2 times. And when my elder brother, he met with a major head injury, and he went into a coma. It was again way back in 96 or 97. No one has expected that he can survive. And again Puduperva said, "Nenu vachindi nee kosrame." That's how he said to my elder brother. And fortunately, he's still in the recovery phase. And there is, again, if I talk about this, there is one major incident, major thing which has happened. Again, I'm not able to recollect the time when it has happened. So we were just praying in front of Mahaswami Vrindavanam. And there used to be a Parchaka by name Satyanarayana Antarvedi. We were just praying there, saying that, okay, for his speedy recovery. And Satyanarayana, it was around 11 or 11:30 in the morning. Satyanarayana was inquiring, who are you, and what has happened or something. It appears that tears were rolling from our eyes. We're not even aware about what's going on. And Satyanarayana was asking what has happened. Then it appears that we're talking about this incident, the brain injury, the head injury, everything has happened. Then he said, now it's almost like 12 o'clock. 12 or 12:30 now. Balaperva is giving the holy Harati. The Chandramorsha Puja is going on. Why don't you just go and witness the puja and take the Harati and take the prasadam? Then immediately we just came back there to the Kanjimat, the puja hall, puja sannidhi. Then once the puja got over, huge crowd, the entire hall got filled with quite a lot of devotees. And so normally after the puja, everything was over. After the Harati, everything was over. Normally Puduperva, Balaperva will be giving the Tirtha Prasadam. Before the Tirtha Prasadam, the Bhikshandana Prasadam and Pada Puja Prasadam. And that is what normally the tradition used to be followed.
That's a practice.
That's a practice. And then it appears that he was calling from the top. He was waving at someone, asking the boy to come. And everyone was looking, who is that boy? And including me, even I was looking, because I did not perform Pada Puja.
You didn't expect that he will call you.
Yeah, I did not perform any Pada Puja. I did not perform any Bhikshandana, nothing of that sort. I was standing way back, just praying and just keeping quiet. And immediately he called, and he has given the entire basket of prasadam. Said that, okay, give to your brother. And this has all these akshatas, coconut, fruits and everything. And I'm not even sure till this day, the prayer at Mahaswami Sannidhi, is how it has been transferred to Balaperva, who is doing the puja here.
Yeah, you were crying in that Sannidhi. You didn't tell anything to anyone.
Absolutely not.
You came here and he automatically gave prasadam to you.
Gave the prasadam.
For your
and
brother.
Fortunately, he's recovering. Of course, he's undergoing the physiotherapy and everything. And it's almost like I'm talking about 20 years back or 25 years back. And the recovery is going on. So for us, there is no demarcation of Mahaswami, Puduperva, Balaperva. All three are Kamakshi itself. That is how my father says. It is not Balaperva who speaks, it is not Puduperva who speaks, it is not Mahaswami who speaks, it is Kamakshi who speaks, it is Kamakshi who sits and stands and talks from their tongue. It is just the Kamakshi. It is nothing more than Kamakshi alone. So even if it is something like, if you go to Tirupati, we do not know whether it's a statue or a god. If you feel it's a statue, it's a statue. If you feel it's a god, it's a god. Right? Same is the case for our Mahaswami, Puduperva and Balaperva. If you feel they are humans, they are humans. If you feel they are Kamakshi, they are Kamakshi. So it all depends upon how we treat and get reciprocated. So it is just the Kamakshi, and just pray here, they will come to know. How we are going to come to know about it? There are multiple incidents I can narrate.
Please.
So very recently again, my second brother who stays in Hyderabad, he was thinking about inviting Balaperva, Puduperva, whoever comes to Hyderabad, because they stay in Hyderabad. They wanted to do this because they want to continue the tradition how my parents and grandparents have continued. Because he feels very bad. In our generation, none of our Swamis have come to our house. Right? He wants to do this at any cost. And he was having this sankalpa for last almost like few years. And somehow or other, this could not get materialized for whatever reason it was.
Okay.
And recent days, when Balapariva was in Hyderabad, he thought, okay, he wants to do this. And
2 months back.
2 months back. And he was asking me, and I said, yes, go ahead. It's an excellent sign. There is absolutely there is no issue. So you should go ahead and do this. And we informed Balapariva. Balapariva said, when Paramacharya has come to your house, it is my basic duty to come to your house. This is the exact statement he said. పెద్దవారు వచ్చారు, పెద్దవారు ఇంటికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత నేను రాకుండా పోతే ధర్మమా? This is what he said. And immediately he said,
Not only Peddavaru, even Puduperiva has come to your house.
So immediately he got the entire tour arranged and everything. But we are not sure about the date. And we are becoming so nervous. What date we have to plan, because we stay in Bangalore and they stay in Hyderabad, and what date we should be there. And my brother says, at any cost, you have to be there, because from the logistics point of what it is, we are becoming more nervous. We were consulting all these paracharikas, and they said, sir, we are not even aware when Balapariva comes. It is
Nobody can ask also.
No one can ask. It is only what he says.
Yes.
And just listen to. We'll at least let you know one day before you plan it out. And 3-4 times we consulted. Somehow or other we did not get an answer. And when me and my daughter, we were returning back from Hyderabad in the Volvo bus.
And you were in Bangalore that time?
We were in Bangalore at that time. So when we were coming back from Hyderabad, I said, okay, this is what Bharani. In fact, Bharani was mentioning this. I'll let you know one day before. Then you better plan and come back. And it was around, again, 2:30, 3 o'clock or something. Me and my daughter, we were there in the bus. And I got a dream where Balapariva said, నేను వస్తున్నాను 25th తర్వాత చింతపడవద్దు. That's exactly what he said, and I was not sure whether it is who is speaking, whether it's Balapariva speaking or is a dream or something. Then immediately I woke up and I informed my daughter, this is what I got the dream. So we might have to go back after 25th, because Balapariva directly told me, నేను వస్తున్నాను చింతపడవద్దు. So then,
and this was some 20 days before he told you, right?
Yes, 2-3 weeks before. Then we are psychologically prepared, and the blessing has come, and we should go after 20th or 25th, whatever it is. Then I was telling my brother, and my brother used to ask, when is he coming, when is he coming? Then I was telling that, anyway, Balapariva, this is what he told me in the dream, and you be prepared only after 25th.
Yes.
And exactly he has come to their house on 29th of May.
Oh, okay.
May 29th and
2022.
22.
Yeah.
And they should be extremely fortunate that Balapariva spent almost like 28 minutes. This is what exactly we were informed by Chavali Sai.
Okay.
25 to 28 minutes he was staying in their house and visiting their puja room.
Big deal.
Right. And of course, Totakastakam and all this went on. And it was extremely blessed to have Balapariva on that day.
Excellent.
Then after that, they were looking for alliance for their daughter. For our last few years, somehow or other, the alliance did not happen. Either the girl was not interested or no matches had happened. And immediately within 1 month, she got married. Now, August 3rd.
Everything got over in 1 month.
Within 1 month. And August 3rd, she got married as well. Right? May 29th, Balapariva is visited. August 3rd was a marriage. So,
just hardly 4-5 days.
Right? So, within 1 month, within 45 days. So, we can call this in whatever fashion it is. So, this another touchy incident which has happened very recently. So coming back to
because in between you left 20 years, you left and you switched to
so
post 2000 actually.
So maybe I can talk about my wife. Her name is Jayasree, and when we were residing in US, that was from 96 to 2005. That time frame.
10 years you were there.
Yeah. So at that point of time, what happened was. We were in Washington DC.
Okay.
And there used to be a professor by name Professor Sundar Raman, who used to work for math professor in Harvard University.
Very famous devotee.
Yeah. One of very ardent and very staunch disciples of Acharyas.
Yes.
And so he visited our house and he suggested Jayasree. So I could see so many paintings. Can I see any painting of Acharyas? Then she never thought, okay, she can draw, because she was not sure her capability can help in making draw about any holy saint, because she was not sure if I do any mistake, something is going to happen. So she was limiting herself only to landscapes and the portraits and those sort of things, but not limiting to any god or goddesses.
But just out of interest she was doing.
Yeah, she was only interested. It's more like a hobby or something.
Okay.
She was just doing it. And in fact, she comes from an English background. She's an MA English, and so she was not at all associated with any of these paintings or drawings.
Okay.
So it was the just single word that Professor Raman has suggested, and she said, then she immediately she told so Professor, sir, what happens if I do any mistakes? He said, you just start. It is the guiding principle is with Mahaswami. They'll take care of it. You just start. And she said, okay, this is really an excellent start for me. Let me start. And then immediately after that, a few years after that, unfortunately, we had this incident of acharyas being in prison or something. Then she thought, okay, why can't I? Then she was thinking, normally Bala Periva and Pudu Periva, they used to do all these pujas. Now, how the pujas are going to happen? How is it they are connecting with Kamakshi? How is it they are connecting with Ishvara? So when they are not able to do the puja, that's how she was thinking more about the Pudu Periva, because Pudu Periva was there for close to 45 days.
Yes.
And she thought, why can't I imagine Pudu Periva doing the puja from the Velur prison? So that is where the picture was, and Pudu Periva was sitting in the Velur prison. Kamakshi Amman rays were coming from the ventilator of the Velur prison. Maybe
I'll show that picture. So your wife imagined how he would be sitting inside the
sitting in the Velur prison, and pray and get connected to Kamakshi. And that is where actually Pudu Periva was doing his Anushtanam and right, the regular puja. And she thought, okay, now the drawing is done. I am not sure the correctness of it. Let me just go and give it back to Kanchimat.
Okay.
And during our next visit to Srimata, and we just came and along with the parents and said, this is what it is, Pudu Periva, and Pudu Periva kept quiet. And at the same time, some devotees from Jabalpur or Jamshedpur, so they want to start a mutt where they want to have a picture of His Holiness.
Okay.
So they said, Swami, we are starting the mutt and we do not have any picture. So can we have a picture of you? Then immediately Pudu Periva said, take this picture which my devotee has drawn, and immediately he made Jayasree give the picture directly to these managers from Jabalpur, Jamshedpur.
Okay.
So we came to know about it, I think 2-3 years back also. Still they are doing this. They kept this in the sanctum sanctorum of the Sankar Mutt over there, and they are doing this, and they are taking this as a very, very sacred painting, and they feel this is where Pudu Periva is there. And
it's a direct confirmation of the fact that Kamakshi was with him during that time.
Yes.
And that light what came out of the ventilator and how he used to do penance, it is a direct confirmation.
That confirmation itself. And in fact, they are doing all this garlanding and pujas and everything which is happening there. So it is there in the sanctum sanctorum of the Sankar Mutt of that place. So in fact, in one of the incidents also, the first painting of Mahaswami where she was drawing it, my parents were informed Pudu Periva, Swami, please excuse us because this girl has not seen mahaperiayava. So there can be some mistakes. You please excuse us if there are any mistakes. Then Pudu said, అయితే నేమి అమ్మాయి కళ్ళతో చూడపోయినా మనసుతో చూసింది అది చాలు. And he was showing his hand onto the heart. He said, this girl has seen through the heart. And again, this I'm talking about way back in long time back. Okay.
I'll show that picture also. So this is the second picture she drew, right?
Yes.
First one was Pudu Periva.
Pudu Periva. So in fact, both have gone almost on the same time.
Okay.
Put that way.
Okay. So that means after he came out, this picture was
Yes.
probably later on. Okay. So this was in the range of 2006, I think. 2005-6. Great. Okay. Fine.
So then after that, she continued, rather than getting into the landscape, she continued with the tradition of only drawing the portraits of acharyas.
Oh, she stopped drawing the old
yes,
things.
all landscapes were done. And she got into, let me call the spirituality of painting.
Okay.
And she got into only to the drawings of His Holiness, whether it's a Mahaswami, whether it's a oil paintings or pencil sketches or canvas paintings, whatever it was. And that's how the tradition used to happen. And whenever she used to go, and whenever we used to go to Kanjimat for whatever the occasion it is, and she used to present it to the holiness. That's how it used to be continued.
Okay.
And uh, there was a time when it appears that she has got one mailer, or she read about some article where someone was talking about Mahaswami performing. In fact, okay, let me take a step back. From 83 onwards, when Mahaswami was traveling back from Kurnool after his Vijay Yatra trip,
Yeah.
right, going back to Kanchipuram. So they visited Kanchipuram around 84, 85,
Yes.
85 or 86. Apologies for that, 85 or 86. Then one Ganapati, it appears, that requested on that Pradosham day, one Ganapati has requested Paramacharya, say that, okay, it's almost like 20 years that we have seen you performing the Chandramaulishwar Puja. Can you please perform Chandramaulishwar Puja for the benefit of the 10 or 15 devotees who were stationed at that point of time?
Okay.
So this has exactly has happened in 86 or so.
Yeah, because what happened in when he was 60 years old, I heard this somewhere that he gave the
To
responsibility to
Puduperiva.
Puduperiva and he went into yatras.
Yes, and normally he used to do, whenever he used to be stationed at that location where the puja used to be there, then he used to perform. That's how it used to happen. And then one Ganapati said, it's almost like 20 years or 25 years we have seen you performing this on the Anusham day, Pradosham day. Pradosham day. Why can't you perform? Then immediately Mahaswami called both Puduperiva and Balaperiva to use that Vinjamara, and they were using the Vinjamara, and then he performed the Pradosha Puja.
Oh, so this was on request of that Ganapati he did.
Request on the Ganapati.
Okay.
Okay. And again, I'm not able to recollect the name of that Ganapati.
Okay.
So,
But this itself is not known.
This itself,
this is a new detail actually.
yeah. So then this Ganapati has informed his son or grandchild. Said, okay. Then the grandchild has shared one article. Said, okay, can anyone? Because fortunately, we have not seen this incident. Can anyone visualize this and draw a picture?
Okay.
He made a casual comment. He did not even ask for it. He said it would have been very nice if someone would have drawn a picture, or the picture would have been available, or something of that comment.
This would have possibly come in a WordPress as an article
somewhere. Yeah. Right. He just kept quiet, and that fortunately that came into the eyes and ears of
your wife,
my wife Jayasree. Then she said, "Why can't I make an attempt?" But she was not sure. She feels she's not even capable of doing this, and she doesn't want to make any attempt. She kept quiet. And then during one of her visits to Kanjimat, and she said, this is the article that I have read to Balaperiva. Balaperiva said, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
And start Chi. That's what he said, and he left for puja. So start Chi, how to start Chi? So start Chi means you have to start. How to start?
Yes.
So she was totally in a fix how to start, because she was not sure about, because this picture has to be in such a way that, okay, Paramacharya should be 90 years old and Puduperiva should be around 50 years old. Balaperiva should be between 12, 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
And all the three should be at that particular age. Correct. when the puja was happening. And getting the pictures or the portraits of Puduperiva, Periva, Mahaperiva was not an issue. But the challenge was getting the pictures how Balaperiva used to look like at that point of time was becoming a major challenge.
There was no historical record.
No historical record. But he said, start Chi. That's how he said. Then immediately she did quite a lot of research, and she thought, okay, whether it's going to work or not, but let me make a sincere attempt. Then one fine morning, so she started it. And this was in consultation with Balaperiva. Multiple times this has been shown in iPad to His Holiness when His Holiness was camping in Chennai or in Tirupati or whatever location.
So you used to come down from US, show this to him?
No. We have relocated back to India at that
point. Okay, you had moved. Okay.
Moved back to India.
Okay.
And
what year was this? 13?
This was
2013?
2015 to be precise.
Okay, fine.
2014, 2015.
End of 14. Okay.
And wherever His Holiness was camping in all different locations, so we used to go visit and take the corrections. And if I had to really talk about it, for a moment, I'll say Balapirva acted as our IT. In IT policy, if I have to talk about like a program manager.
Program manager.
He got into quite a lot of nuances and intricacies about each and every aspect, even a single aspect of it appears that while doing the puja, while having a flower box or flower pot, the basket or the silver pot, it appears that acharyas will have a single cloth, a cloth about their thigh,
Lap.
which about their lap, which unfortunately we are not even aware of. So he got into that kind of a scenario also.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So he looked into each and every aspect, and he was very, very particular that it has to coincide to that age, especially to his age. And so it has come out only because of his guidance.
Yes.
Okay, without his guidance, she would not have done it. This was an oil canvas painting of 10 feet by 10.5 feet horizontally, and again 9.5 feet vertically.
Easily. Yeah.
And oil canvas painting. And again, if I had to really talk about one incident. So painting wise, she has drawn. Blessing wise, she has all the guidance wise. Puduperiva has given, Balaperiva has given. But now, how to ship from Bangalore to Kanjipuram?
This was done in Bangalore, correct.
It was
That's
done
what I
Bangalore.
heard that time.
So it was done in Bangalore. But how to ship it? So we considered some carpenters and these people, and they said the single glass, it should not be like in different glass, it should come only one single glass. And that single glass is not available so easily. It is available only in two locations. One is in Bangalore, one is in Jaipur. And someone said, okay, he will volunteer. And he himself, so the situation was such that quite a lot of people volunteered saying, okay, they want to do something for this activity without we asking.
Okay, fine.
And one gentleman from the transport industry, he came back saying, okay, he wants to really do not want to charge even a single pie, and he wants to transfer the entire painting from Bangalore to Kanchipuram without charging a single pie. He volunteered.
Okay. Do you remember his name?
His name is Mani Mama, and he has a logistics company. And so like this, the carpenter came and he said, sir, I do not want to charge any service charges. I will not even charge the labor charges also.
Only material.
Only material charges, and he volunteered. So without we approaching people, and there was another gentleman by name Krishna Kumar, and he said, I'll help from the logistics point of view. There is no need for you to worry about what has to be done, how it has to be done. I'll take care of the logistics.
JP Nagar Krishna Kumar?
JP Nagar Krishna Kumar.
Okay.
So there are quite a lot of people who volunteered in a proactive manner, and it's all his sankalpam.
Okay.
So it's all sankalpam, the guiding factor of Balaperiva. Then finally this was shipped from Bangalore. It has taken almost, like I was given to understand, it has taken almost like 18 hours to 20 hours to move in a truck from Bangalore to Kanjipuram.
Generally, it is just 4 hours journey. But
4 hours journey, 5 hours journey. Again, once reaching in Kanchipuram, our own sevakas, they came back and they helped, and they themselves fixed all the lights and everything.
Okay.
And in fact, Balapariva suggested the location where it has to be arranged also.
What a privilege. The location is such a privilege.
And he said, when the puja is happening, the intent of the location was, his intent was, when the puja is happening, I wanted devotees to look at the painting and get into the meditation. So that is the basic intent. The purpose of having this in the puja mandap was for the devotees to look at the painting and get into that kind of a trance, rather than getting into a chit-chatting business. So that is where he said, I do not want any other location, I want in this location only. And he was very, very clear. And extremely privileged, and it was, in fact, if I had to talk about, as I said earlier, from IT policy point, he has got it to the kind of a program management point of view, the timelines, the date he has fixed it, and he has fixed it for Aradhana day of Mahaswami, December 24th or 25th of 2015, and that is when it has been inaugurated.
Yeah, okay.
So after the Aradhana day, when all the rituals have been completed around 5 o'clock or 5:30.
Yeah, after the Tirthanarayana Puja.
After the Tirthanarayana. So again, there is continuation of that was she is continuing with all these incidents, and one of the other US devotee, it appears that he went to Kanchiman, and he wanted another a replica of this to be given to him.
Okay.
And he requested Jayasree, and Jayasree could not say no. And she has drawn it in almost in the same fashion.
Okay.
And they visited, around 3 or 4 people from US they visited. and they wanted to take it back to US.
Okay.
And she has packed it, and
Oh, so this got ready.
this got ready, and she has taken almost like 1 year, and she has packed it, everything ready. And I came back home around 9 or 9:30 because they were waiting for me to come. And I came back home around 9 or 9:30. She packed it, everything in a very very neat manner, and she was about to give. And when she was about to give, she did the prayer in front of Mahaswami. Said, okay, I'm handing over this, did the Harati, and within 30 seconds she felt she doesn't want to give.
Okay, fine. She changed the mind.
She changed the mind within just 30 seconds.
Okay.
And I was asking, what is making you to change? Because we thought of giving back to them because it is their request, and why can't we give it back to them? And she said, no, during the prayer, somewhere or other, I felt my conscience is not permitting me to give.
Okay.
And then we apologized to that US people, saying, okay, sorry, sir, we are not in a position to give. Please apologize, and we'll come back to you later.
Okay.
And they left.
Okay.
And later on we came to know that, okay, somehow or other I do not want to get into the details why
Okay.
she doesn't want to give us something, but her last wish was she wants this to be in the Vorikai country mart, the
Okay. Vorikai temple.
Vorikai temple.
Yeah.
And
In
that
Periva
was
Sannidhanam.
Pariva Sannidhanam. And we informed Balaperiva that we were supposed to give. We packed it and again unpacked it, and we did not give. Then Balaperiva said, "Naaku anni telusu."
Oh, okay.
So the intent of it, why it has not been given, what made her to change her mind last minute, what made her to get this inaugurated in the Vorikai Kanchimat, it is left to him. And he said, Naku Telusu. And then it has been inaugurated last year in August 26 in the Sannidhanam of our Mahaswami Sannidhanam of Vorikai.
During Periva's Corona camp.
Corona camp,
During the
Vorikai,
period, long time he was there.
Last Chaturmasam.
Yes.
And August 26 happened to be her birthday. And Periva again fixed the date of August 26th.
Oh, on her birthday he
On
fixed
her
it.
birthday itself.
Oh, okay.
And it has been inaugurated on August 26th of last year.
Okay, okay, okay. I'll show that picture. Just. So this is the stone carving of that picture kept in the Srimatam.
Srimatam.
Yeah. Chandramaulishwara Puja. And she calls it as Vaibhavam.
Kamakoti Vaibhavam.
Kamakoti Vaibhavam. Okay. Okay, let me. Your father, elder brother, mother, everybody is there, no? In this, when it was inaugurated in Mutt. So it's right behind the Mahaperiwa Sannidhi, right? Oruke.
Yes, sir. While we are doing the Pradakshina.
So right behind you can see. Excellent. Yes, sir.
So I can close this by telling one of the very recent incidents. Me and my kids, we had darshan of His Holiness in Vorikai very recently. It was again in this is in 2022, very recently, sometime in
Yeah,
Jan or
yeah,
so.
yes. Before
Jan or so.
starting to Kakinada, I think.
When we the time when we met, it was in
Yeah, it was, I think, Adiyapalam's Kumbhavishekam. Yet, I think you had come to Kanchipuram. Then Periva asked you to come
yeah.
to
So
Adiyapalam because he was going
that
there.
was in March.
Yeah, should be,
In
yes.
March, okay. So before that visit, Bala Periva wanted us to meet one scholar,
Okay.
and I was trying to reach that scholar desperately, and I sent a message, and okay, I want to meet or whatever it is, somehow or other, 4 or 5 times, because it was under the instructions of Bala Periva, I want to meet the scholar. Yeah, that is basically to talk on some different aspects. I could not get a proper response.
Okay.
So I felt bad saying that, okay, why is that I'm not able to get response from the concerned scholar? Am I doing some mistake, or I should have gone and meet him face to face? What has happened? So in fact, typically whenever we go to His Holiness, we write quite a lot of. I have a habit of writing at least 10 or 15 items to discuss with him. But finally, I end up not even speaking about each other aspect. So I totally forget about what to speak. We
Nothing works there.
nothing works there. Again, we only right before we talk anything, he used to inquire about the well-being of all of us,
Yes.
and complete the Totakastakam and just come out,
Maku Telsu, that's it.
right? And this time, in fact, I have written one topic or one point about that scholar also thought of really complaining. So Swami wanted me to speak to him. From my side, I made a sincere attempt, but unfortunately I could not do. I was about to write and I kept quiet, and he did not give me the option even to speak to him.
Okay.
And he said, come to the puja, then did the puja. Then after the puja, he has given again a basket of banana fruits. And he said, వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ నెక్స్ట్, మీ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఏంటి? స్వామి ఇంకా మీరు ఉత్తర్వు ఇస్తే మేము బెంగళూరు బయలుదేరుతాం స్వామి, మీ ఉత్తర్వు కావాలి. ఈ సెడ్ నో, కుంభాభిషేకం జరుగుతుంది, ఆ కుంభాభిషేకానికి అడేపాలెంలో అక్కడ రాండి.
Okay, okay. That's how you landed up in Adiyapalam.
So we're not even aware what that Adapalam is, and that saint
Appaya Dikshita.
Appaya Dikshita's location అది. సో అప్పయ్య దీక్షిత లొకేషన్ కుంభాభిషేకం జరుగుతుంది, మీరు అక్కడికి రండి. Then it was, I said, Periva has instructed, he has ordained, so there is no other option. I said, okay. And immediately me and the kids, we came to Adiyapalam. It so happened that the scholar who we were supposed to meet, and he was waiting for us, said, okay, are you Gomatha?
Okay. So you met him there?
We met the scholar there, and instead of we speaking to him face to face, and in fact we speaking to him on over phone, we got the opportunity
to meet him,
through Bala Periva, to meet him and spend quality time there itself.
And that's the right way to meet as Dikshita.
That's the right way. So this is how it happens. Okay, we feel okay, Periva is not listening or is not hearing to us, but for each and every action or each and every topic that whatever he speaks, Periva speaks, there is something hidden meaning behind it.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we are not in a position to grasp it, but it is going to materialize sooner or later.
Yes. Just like how the video materialized today, it also happened in his Sannidhanam when I didn't expect Krishnamurti Guruvayurappan sir to be there, first of all, because he's in US and there was no way. So suddenly he came there and he met me, and then suddenly you came in the picture, no connection. He suddenly said, you whatever video you may be doing, but Gomatha's video you have to record. That's what you told me. And today, being Balapariva's Uttarashada Nakshatram, during the Chaturmasyam, I am mentioning it as a special mention. Krishnamurti Mama has asked me to mention this. Periva has given Uttaravu for the recording to happen today in his
fact,
Nakshatram.
it was Sri Guruvayurappan, Sri Chandramouli Mama,
Yes.
and Sundaraman Mama, and Sri Ramesh. So these are all really the guiding factors for us in New Year's. So we have seen quite a lot of Padabhishekams, Pada Pujas happening over there in a most religious and foreign manner. So I'm talking about way back in 20 years back itself.
Yes.
And we are extremely privileged to attend those type of functions.
Kanchi Seva Foundation.
Kanchi Kamakoti Seva Foundation, KKSF.
Yes.
Right. So, and the recent incident was this scholar was waiting for us in this Adiyapalam area, and I'm not even sure how he got to know about it. And
He came and talked to you, right?
yeah, we met him and he said, sorry, you connected with me and you sent messages. I'm sorry that I could not meet it, but this was the right opportunity.
Okay.
And of course, we discussed on a couple of others. So this is what it is. So Bala Periva says something that is going to happen, that is going to materialize at any caste.
Yes, yes.
So Balaperiva, Puduperiva, or Mahaperiva, all the same. All are nothing but the Kamakshi alone.
Yes, yes. Okay, my customary question, which I generally ask in all it. So, did you get Periva in your dream anytime?
Multiple times. Okay. So let me go back about my qualification itself.
Okay,
I am a normal BTech civil engineer from a low, I would say, not even a hi-fi college or something, a normal private college.
okay,
Okay, I'm BTech civil, and with his destiny, I got into software, which I'm not at all interested, which I was not even aware about the computer science or something.
okay,
So by hook or crook, I got into computer science.
okay,
So I was working as a normal program manager and normal software engineer. From a software engineer without any experience or expertise, he made me get into a program management level.
okay.
So there was a time when he appeared, especially Parmacharya appeared in dreams, and he was throwing Akshantalo on my head and the face. Okay, that's how it has
Oh,
happened.
pah,
And when you can imagine a person becoming a project manager in US way back in '96, I'm talking about.
big deal, big
I
deal.
was I got into this software in '92. I'll be cutting 30 years in next few days. So within 8 years or 9 years, I became a project manager,
Pah,
and this is a direct blessing that Pariva Mahaswami has given. When I was in US, I was just throwing Akshantalu. So there are multiple incidents where Mahaswami directly has come into the dreams, whether it's a Balaswami or Pudu Periva or Bala Periva. Multiple times. I can talk on and on about the dreams.
at least two, three incidents if you
So
can.
this is one incident, and the other incident I was talking about Bala Periva asking and about my brother's visit, their house visit. That is the recent
Ah,
one.
you told me the date he
Yeah,
mentioned,
yeah,
25th.
date. And recently also where he was mentioning that okay, we are about to go to Chaturmasim of Kakinada.
Okay,
Okay, and we had the reservation from Hyderabad, and somehow or other the intuition says to cancel the tickets.
okay, okay,
Why we
fine.
have cancelled the tickets,
No
we
idea.
are not sure. So normally for every Chaturmasam, it is not a tradition or something. It's basically we felt okay, we had to go and perform Bhikshandram. That's how we are doing
It's the
it.
most auspicious time.
Auspicious time. And I thought okay, at any cost we had to do Bhikshandram, and we booked the tickets. Somehow the tickets were cancelled. So maybe it is not the right opportunity. And Periva said postpone.
Okay.
Tarvata Randi.
Oh, okay,
So immediately I canceled the tickets. That's it. That's how it has happened.
okay,
And so this was a recent incident that's happened maybe around
okay. So every step
three
he
weeks back.
guides.
He is guiding us. He is guiding us. He is the torchbearer for us. So he is there. Without him, there's certain. I'm zero. I'm zero, and all of us are zero. So he is just making us follow his footsteps and follow his instructions. Whether how much we are doing, only he knows. But I can only say sincerely say hardly we are following 1% of what he is ordaining us.
He is with us. That's it.
He is with us. That's it. He is with us. He is observing us. He is observing us very, very, very closely. So multiple incidents have happened, sir, where Periva, Puduperiva, Balaperiva has guided. So not only to me and to my brothers and my sisters. In fact, the last incident also where he was, especially Parmacharya was giving two bananas to me and to my sister. Not sure what it means. And this was a recent instance where Parmacharya was giving two bananas to me and to my sister.
Okay, in dream.
In dream. And if I had to talk about from my in-laws point of view, so they come from the Andepalli is their family name,
Okay,
and they are also very strong disciples. And for them, in fact, for their second daughter, let me again another incident. For the second daughter, she was not getting married, and my mother-in-law, it appears that she went and it was I think in Tirupati only. My mother-in-law went and spoke to Puduperiva saying that okay, they wanted the second daughter to get married, and by the time they came back to Hyderabad, the alliances was ready, and within 1 or 2 weeks they could get the girl married.
okay,
So they had their own set of multiple instances, and in fact, to their house also, Puduperiva has come in Hyderabad.
Okay.
That was there in Chalapalli.
okay, okay.
So I should be really fortunate that this side also,
Yeah.
I have very strong disciples, and this side from father side and mother side also, and we want the tradition to be continued.
Yes, yes. I mean, to have the Chandramaulishwar pujas painting itself is a massive blessing your family has got, because nobody else had the, there are so many painters, there are so many, huge big painters available who can do this in no time, but your wife was given the great opportunity
It's
to.
all only because of him, and he just that's what my wife used to say multiple times. I'm only a worker here. He made me work on this, and what it means. Um, in fact, when she was about to pass away, also Balapariva has inquiring, are both of you guys staying in one single location or not?
Okay.
So somehow or other, because she was taking the treatment in Hyderabad, and I was with kids in Bangalore, and we used to
Shuttle.
shuttle frequently on a weekly basis to Hyderabad and Bangalore. And not sure what made him to make the statement. He said, both of you guys should stay in one location. And after that, she passed away within 3-4 months. So, and in fact, again coming back to that incident was, uh, whenever we go to Kanchimat, he used to ask repeatedly about the Upanayanam of my son.
Okay.
And we used to tell him, okay, he is a young boy, he has to go to school, whether he's going to perform or not. And he used to say, you better perform it.
Okay.
And that was the very first question that he used to inquire after our well-being. From where are you coming? ఉపనయనం ఎప్పుడు అనుకున్నారు? He used to ask this standard question. ఉపనయనం ఎప్పుడు అనుకున్నారు? ఏమో స్వామి మీ అనుగ్రహం. That's how he used to say, no, do it quickly. So now, what made him do it? That was the last religious function that my wife has done this when she was there.
But she was able to attend the function, right?
Yes. So, and the reason was, at least this boy was there to take care of all the other rights.
Yes.
Because he's aware,
And Upanayanam is a status, they get to.
yeah. So he's aware, and he was everything. Whatever we are doing this, he's guiding us. And a recent incident again, about his college also. He was very particular about what he has to study and everything.
Okay.
And there was another incident also which has happened from the boy's point of view also, where Balapariva said, that this boy has to go and study somewhere, and he got a good seat in one of the colleges.
Okay.
So everything we are leaving it to him. So just do the duty and leave it to him, and he's there to take care of it.
Yes, absolutely. Anything else you want to?
So thank you, Master. So at least I thought of sharing my our personal experiences.
Yes.
And of course, there are quite a lot of devotees, and we are a very, very small fish in the devotee circle. But thought at least,
It's not that, because anyone who comes inside the Srimatam has to see the painting which your wife has done for the Chandramurti, which is an extreme privilege given to
in
us.
fact, I have to close one of the final sayings my father used to say. Way back, maybe 30 years back or 40 years back, my father used to recollect one of the statements. There used to be a person, a diamond jeweler by name Joshi in Chennai.
Yes, Diamond Joshi, correct.
Diamond Joshi. And my father used to recollect a statement. The Diamond Joshi, especially the father, has given couple of things to Mahaswami at that point of
They used
time.
to pour diamonds on Mahaswami's feet whenever he used to go there to go to Sadara.
Then his son, who was standing by, said, okay, whatever my father has given, I'll give twice of it.
Oh, okay.
So my father used to say, that is what the devotion is. So if you had done this much, I would be very happy wherever I am if you are going to multiply. And that is where I used to tell my son, my kids, saying, okay, it's not that what I'm doing. The tradition is going to be that you have to multiply what we are doing. That is the thankfulness, and that's the gratitude that we can show the consumer. It's not that this tradition should stop. So whatever it is, we have got it from our grandparents and parents.
Yes.
And you guys should continue in
Future.
future.
Yes.
And it should be multiplied. And how it is going to be multiplied is, of course, his grace is required. Of course, his blessing is required. But from your side, you should not stop this. You should continue multifold.
Yes.
And I still recollect the same conversation what Dr. Diamond Joshi used to do, right? And we want to continue that. So for that, definitely his blessing is required for all of us.
In fact, Andhra has this extreme privilege of naming Mahaperiva as Nadiche Devudu. That's how Nadamadum Devam in Tamil came from there, actually.
Yes, Nadiche Devudu. And so till this day, whatever is happening, we are just continuing the same tradition. And we want to continue the same tradition forever.
Yes. Periva Sharanam.
Periva Sharanam Maha Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu.
గోబ్రాహ్మణేభ్యः శుభమస్తు నిత్యం లోకా సమస్తాः
Sukhino
సుఖినో
Bhavantu.
భవంతు.